Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be doing a reading on messages from past on loved ones and pets. So I'm going to try to kind of like break it up into two segments, but they may, pets may come through the whole time. It does happen like that. But I feel like with it being the holidays, and I personally celebrate Christmas, but no matter what you celebrate, this season can be sort of sentimental for everyone. The coming, this month and next month, no matter where you kind of fall as far as what you celebrate. And I feel like our loved ones are around us a lot during this time of the year. So I feel like it's a good time to get some messages from loved ones. So we'll go ahead and start with loved ones. Like I said, pets may trickle throughout. So this is a timeless reading, though. Whenever you stumble upon it, you're meant to hear it. And if you have a loved one that you want to reach on the other side, take a deep breath and ask them to send you a message. Maybe ask for a specific message and just see if it comes through. In fact, why don't we take one deep breath together? So grounding. Okay, so let's see. Messages from loved ones. You guided your loved one to this reading. What do you want them to know most right now? Oh, don't be afraid. So maybe somebody here has been very afraid. Maybe, you're afraid to be without your loved one. You don't know how you're going to make it without them. Maybe you're just afraid in a lot of ways about how you're going to do this, especially like, when somebody really important to us, especially when we lose parents, you kind of get this feeling of sort of like an umbilical cord's been cut. When my father-in-law passed first, my husband told me how he had that feeling. I couldn't quite understand it until my dad passed away 10 months later. And then I could certainly understand this feeling of like free floating, like your anchor had been taken away. Even if you're not close with your parents for some reason, you're still going to feel that feeling. They really are our anchor in this world. And so I feel like right now, you're being given the message, please don't be afraid. Your loved one has been in your shoes. They've lost people very close to them, but before their life came to the time of transition, and now you're going through that part of your journey, and they're with you every step of the way. So if you're feeling afraid, that's one of the main messages coming through. Even some of you here might be, having just lost a pet that's very special to you, a pet that has kept you going, and a pet that was very, very important to you. And I feel like they're even around letting you know, I'm still here. I'm getting something about like Raj or Roz, like R-O-Z maybe. And the name's Stacy. So I don't know if that's insignificant. It's got to be significant to somebody who's here. It might just be one person or two people. So I'm passing it along anyway. It's not your fault. Some of you carrying a lot of guilt, just carrying a tremendous amount of guilt for the loss of your loved one or how things went, maybe how you weren't there or something like that, or you felt you should have or could have did more, maybe wishing you would have like spent more time with them while they were here. A lot of times we see like our grandparents pass and we don't realize when they're still here that we should spend more time with them because they're not going to be here forever. And then sometimes we don't realize that until after they're gone. And then we can tell our kids or people we know, hey, it's precious. Make sure you spend time with your older relatives because you're going to miss them and be sorry that you did it when they're gone. But I feel like there's maybe especially a grandmother or a grandparent here who is really saying, don't feel bad about that because we all kind of go through that. We really do. But it's not your fault. Nothing that happened is your fault, and no outcome could have been altered by anything you did, and everything played out just the way it was supposed to, so don't feel bad about it. Just cherish what you had, the memories together, the time you shared, and don't think about what was lost or what could have been. That's just going to be hard on you. It is beautiful where I am. Notice the yellow. There's something about yellow. I feel like somebody might be, I feel like somebody out there might be receiving a beautiful sunrise or sunset, but this feels more like sunrise. Maybe your loved one on the other side loved the sunrise. Maybe you love the sunrise, but I feel somebody viewing like this beautiful golden, just glorious sunrise view. And I feel like your loved one's standing next to you smiling as you do this. So we have, I am surrounded by loving animals. And I do feel like we have a loved one here who really was an animal lover. Maybe they did work with animals. Maybe they fostered animal, did foster care for animals. Maybe they had a lot of pets over the course of their life. And I feel like this person did have a lot of pets over the course of their life. I feel like this person may have just taken in anything that came around that needed their help, and they loved every minute of that, and became very close with all the different animals that came through their life. And all these animals were greeting them on the other side, and it just made them so happy. It just made them feel so blessed that they were greeted by this tremendous grouping of unconditional love when they reached the other side. And they want you to know that they're so happy there with all of the pets they've had throughout their life waiting for them. I am with the rest of the family. So we do have a message here that someone is saying, I am with grandma and grandpa and your auntie and your uncle, or your aunt and uncle, however you personally say it. But I feel like somebody particularly called somebody auntie. And I feel like there's like a mom here saying, auntie's with me and we love you so much. So I feel like somebody's remembering times when you guys used to like bake together, or like, I feel like somebody like rolling dough for like homemade pierogies. I feel like Christmas cookies being made, pies. I feel like somebody here, your family was really into food and family gatherings, big family dinners. And I feel like this is almost about to make me cry. It's so intense, but somebody here is saying, set a place for me this year at dinner because I'm coming. And you might not be able to see me, but I am there and I love you still with every fiber in me. And I'm going to be at that table, so set me a place. So I feel like it would be beautiful if that resonates with you and you have the space to do it. Maybe put their picture there, light a candle, set the place as if they were coming. It's an offering to your loved one on the other side, and it's something that will make you feel connected and bring their energy in very strongly. They'll be there anyway, even if there isn't room for that. They're going to be there, but I'm getting this set me a place at the table message. I'm standing right next to you. So I feel like that sense of that sunrise that I was getting where you're standing there watching this beautiful golden sunrise that's just captivating and taking your breath away, and you might even be crying when you see it due to its beauty and due to the emotions flying through you this time of year. But I feel like they're also letting you know that they're standing right next to you. I feel also a lot of you, because our loved ones are so much around us during the holiday season, like I said, no matter what you celebrate. Especially, like Christmas is so special to so many people, and it's just a time when we really connect at the heart. Our hearts are more open. We're more prone to love and kindness and sharing, and that is such a high vibrational energy that it just invites our loved ones to just flood us with their energy, and they surround us because that's when they can really connect to us well, when our vibration is the highest. Yellow sunflowers might be a sign for somebody here. We have sunflowers coming through saying, I have no earthly worries, okay? I am free. Look, my mind is free. So somebody may have had like you know, maybe some mental stress or something like that during the time of their passing. And I feel like they're being, you know, you're being called to know that they were actually free before their soul completely left their body. So they were relieved of that pain, you know, and upset well before they actually moved on to the other side. So I watch over you every day, and I feel like this one is really important. I feel like a lot of you are going to be getting yellow flowers. Yellow is definitely something significant because we got yellow, 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 dandelions, sunflowers, sunrise. There's a beautiful yellow sunset here, but this heart-shaped cloud, it's calling me. Like somebody's going to be receiving a heart-shaped cloud, and maybe you really love heart-shaped clouds, you know. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm trying to decide. Let's pull a couple of these little message cards, and then I'm going to move on to the pets. Oh my goodness, I'm just dropping everything. Okay, let's see here. So sorry about that. All right, so we have enjoy yourself, be free. Then know with every breath you take, you will be taking one for me. And I really feel like somebody maybe being near water. I feel like somebody's saying, go near water. I know you've always loved water in your lifetime, and I know it brings you peace and joy. Go to the water and sit next to it, and alongside it, you will feel my energy. You will feel me there. And I feel like there's a message there that take a deep breath of that beautiful fresh air as you enjoy the water view, and your loved one is going to be right by your side. The only thing I ask from you is to be happy. Know that every time you pray for me, I am praying for you, praying for this for you. So every time you pray, your loved one is sending back the vibration of please be happy, please be happy. I feel like I have kind of like already a pet coming in, a parakeet. And I feel like this, because this bird is really just a parrot, a little, maybe a conure of some sort. I think it's a sun conure. But I feel like there's like a parakeet coming in too that was very important to somebody. It really brightened your day and kept you happy during difficult times. And I feel like they're here letting you know that they sit on your shoulder still, like while you wash dishes and do some things around the house. I'm still able to help you even more powerful on an even more powerful scale as I ever could. You just have to ask. A lot of times, you know, our loved ones can do more for us on the other side than they were able to do when they were here with us. You know, it's just kind of like because they have the ability to do more, you know. They can see all the things that maybe need to be addressed, and they're able to work their magic and like divine orchestration. And so, you know, I also want to take a moment to welcome anybody that's new here from, you know, the Heart Chakra Medium channel. I am doing this as a collaboration with her, so make sure you check out her channel as well. But I did want to address that too before we kind of, you know, I probably should have said that in the beginning, but welcome anybody new that's coming from that collaboration. I hope that the reading brings you some peace, some messages, you know, that you are meant to hear in addition to what she says. So please do not be unhappy just because I'm out of sight. Remember that I am with you every morning, noon, and night. I feel like there's a lot of energy of moms here. So perhaps somebody just recently lost their mom and you're just absolutely devastated. You're scared, you carry guilt, you worry, you don't know how you're going to make it. And this mom is like, I love you. I love you more. I love you to the moon and back. I love you more than every star in the sky. And you are my baby. And I'm always going to be guiding you throughout the rest of this life. You never walk alone. I am with you every morning, noon, and night. Whenever you need me, just call to me, just like you used to on the phone. And I will respond. You will feel my energy permeate your life, and you will feel me and see signs from me. Remember, just because our loved ones are not, visible to the eye anymore and we can't touch them, doesn't mean they are not there. They have simply transitioned to a form that we can no longer see with our eyes, but we can certainly feel them with our heart, especially when we enjoy memories. And I feel like somebody's saying, at your Christmas dinner this year, or whatever holiday dinner you celebrate with family, tell some stories about your loved one. They're saying, tell stories of me, reminisce about me. And even if some tears flow, it's okay, because I want them to be happy tears. I want you to laugh and remember the good times. I want you to remember my sense of humor and the funny things that I said and did sometimes, even unintentionally. Because I feel like we have somebody here who was just like a character, so funny, so cute, so sweet, always making people laugh even without even trying. And I feel like they're letting you know that. Somebody's saying, you're my bunny. You're my little bunny. So maybe a parent or a loved one called you that. And I feel like there's somebody here who lost a spouse recently or over the course of time. And this spouse is saying, remember our Christmases together. Remember our holidays together. I certainly do. And I took all those memories with me and I cherish them as much as I will always and still do cherish you. You were the love of my life. And I feel like they want you to know that they wish they would have shown you more. Even if you felt like it was enough, they think it wasn't enough, and they want you to know they wish they would have shown you more. I'm getting something about a pickle coming through. Maybe the name John. Interestingly enough, because it just triggered me, because my dad's name was John, and when he had cancer in the last days of his life, like pickles were one of the few things that he even wanted to eat. He just craved them all the time because everything tasted weird, and he said pickles tasted good to him still. So maybe that's a message for somebody else too, from a loved one, So let's go ahead and just try to transition over to the pets. Let me see here. I'm going to grab another deck. I have a Barney coming in right away. Barney. Spike. Lucy or Lusa, something like that coming through. Something with Luci. Regain your stability and power. This is the Conversations with Max deck. This deck was made by a lady who lost her dog Max, and she created this deck to communicate with him. It is available on Etsy if you ever wanted to look into it. Conversations with Max. You need to rejuvenate, regain your stability and power. This is like you need to fill your cup. You need to get away from the sadness. That there are pets here. I feel like a whole grouping of them who are recognizing how badly their owners on this side are suffering their loss. They're also wanting me to point to this card here. It's not your fault. Once again, they want you to know that maybe somebody here, or more than one person here, blames themselves for the loss of their little companion. Maybe because you had to choose to end their suffering and you feel guilty about that. Maybe because you weren't there and something happened to them and you feel like if you were, it wouldn't have happened. And they say this is the path that was chosen for them before they came into this earth. So please try not to feel bad about that. They want you to rejuvenate, ground yourself, cleanse your soul with tears or with water by a shower or a bath, soaking, or just sitting by water or looking at water running on a YouTube video. That's going to help you to regain your stability and power. They're saying like you're suffering too much and it's more than they want you to endure. They don't want you to suffer at all, but it feels like this is something really much more intense, I'm running out of space for cards, and I don't want to take anything down because I feel like I'm still going to be called to point at things and whatnot. I'm getting something about jewelry. Maybe there's like a bird here again, and I feel like that there was some pet that went after like shiny things that you had. Like sometimes birds will kind of like pick at your earrings or, you know, your necklace or something like that. And I feel like somebody's like kind of like saying like, I still like to look at the sparkle of your jewelry, and it still draws me in. Look at that, more yellow flowers. Look for new inspiration. So I feel like they want you to find something new to kind of like help you through this. You know, whether it be a new hobby, a new interest, something to distract you from the pain, because they don't want you to suffer. You 27, you are connected to me, and I feel this sense of like, this isn't, I don't really know if that's a feather, but it looks kind of like a feather. And I feel like, you know, yellow or purple flowers could be a sign, and a feather. I feel like some of you either have recently or will be soon finding a feather in your path. I feel like a lot of you, it's going to be a white feather. Some of you, it might be like a light gray. It might be any kind of feather, but it's going to catch your attention. And it's going to be like there in front of you. And you're going to feel that this was from your little companion on the other side. I feel like somebody even here maybe lost a chicken or a rooster. There's a lot of bird energy here, and I don't usually get that too much in the readings. So I feel like there's a lot of, I feel like they want you to fly like them. You know, they want you to soar. They want you to feel happy again. And some of you, when you're ready, they're going to send another companion your way. And you're going to know it's from them. A lot of them are going to plan to reincarnate to be back with you again. We have I watch over you with card 21, and I feel like they do constantly watch over you. They curl up by you when you sleep, either at your feet or kind of like right in that, like, I call it the nook, right where your stomach curls, you know, and your legs are bent, and they can get in that little spot there. I know my dogs have always loved to lay in that spot, and I feel like somebody is like, I feel like somebody here was having like a stomach flu, stomach pain, some kind of stomach or abdominal issue of some sort, and your pet on the other side was there trying to soothe you, laying up against you like they used to when they were in the physical presence, and trying to kind of comfort you through that painful situation. Let's see here. I feel like we have a dog named Sparrow. I know that seems odd, but, and maybe a dog is saying, I send you a sparrow as a sign. Somebody was watching a movie the other night and thought they either caught a glimpse of their pet on the other side, walk by for a split second, or they thought they felt them or heard them. And I feel like your pet is here saying, that was me. That was me. I was actually there. We have cleanse and purify your soul. So like, again, you need to rejuvenate, and you can cleanse your soul through water, being near it, being in it, you know. Speak your intention into a glass of water. There's a documentary about that where Dr. Emoto, a Japanese scientist, figured out that as we talk to water, it actually remembers, and it kind of rejuvenates us, because it'll transform into something beautiful. Like when it freezes, the crystals are really beautiful when you tell water that you love it. I feel like you're kind of meant to do some things for yourself to pick yourself up, like talking to your water. I love you. You are perfect, you know, and then drink that and kind of like take it in. It's going to help you. I know it sounds strange, but I feel like you're, you know, meant to hear that. So I'm passing it along. But, you know, I feel like tears cleanse the soul, laughter cleanses the soul. All these different emotions need to move through us, you know. And I feel like there's a black dog here that is like saying, I'm with the angels. I'm with the angels now, and they're surrounding me, and they're surrounding you. And I am one of your angels. I feel like somebody here is praying for a Christmas miracle, and I feel like your loved ones and your pets on the other side are saying you're going to get that. They're working on it for you. My spirit soars, be joyful. The little hummingbird with baby hummingbirds. So yeah, their spirit soars, they're free. Perhaps somebody here had a dog who was really unhealthy at the end, maybe couldn't walk well, was really kind of like not enjoying life to the fullest. And they're like, thank you for freeing me. Thank you for allowing me to be free, because now I can soar. And I want you to do the same. I want you to smile. And I really feel like this has been the main message coming through. Look at more yellowish color on that beach, you know, and there's so much water. So water plays a big part for those watching for some reason. And I want you to smile. See that? It's like all these messages where they want you to feel better. They don't want you wallowing in this, staying in this painful energy. And, you know, our pets on the other side can send us signs just as much as our loved ones. So talk to them. Ask them to visit you in a dream, and ask to help, you know, ask your angels to help you to remember that dream. So before you fall asleep, angels, please guide my, whatever their name is, to me in a dream for a visit, and help me to remember it in the morning. And I swear it works, you know, just ask every night for a few nights in a row until it happens. And it's happened to me where it's like so real, and I know that my little one was there. Like I have a miniature schnauzer on the other side whose name was Chelsea, and I think about her all the time, you know, and I'm always asking for visits, and she always comes through. So please do that. I feel like we have a Charlie here. Charlie. I feel like there's some dog that, or a cat or both, who really like to either mess with or lay underneath or near your Christmas tree. And I feel like they're letting you know that they're going to be there again. Like you might find like a tree skirt kind of jumbled up or something, and you're like, how did this even happen? That's them letting you know that they're still there this holiday season. Release your anguish, 26, with white doves or white pigeons, white doves, I think. Excuse me, more call to releasing your pain, letting it go. I really think that a lot of you are going to have a new pet coming your way. I feel like some of you might be even finding a new companion for Christmas. Maybe you don't think you're ready for it, but they're like saying that the dog you love tomorrow was sent to you by the dog you loved yesterday. The dog that loved you yesterday. Or the cat you love tomorrow was sent to you by the cat you loved yesterday. The cat that loved you yesterday. So remember that, you know, open your heart to somebody, and I feel like you're going to see they're going to bring you relief. They never replace the one you miss, and they want you to know, don't think that way. They know they can't be replaced, but they want something to fill that space and that painful sensation that you're going through. I'm getting something about Ruby. Could be a passed on loved one, could be a pet. But I feel like, you know, there's so many here. I mean, the spirits are very, very active this holiday season. And I really, truly hope that they were able to guide you to this reading, and you were able to find a message that helps you to find some peace this holiday season. And if you did like this reading, please think about subscribing, liking, and sharing, commenting. All those things help other people like you find this channel, so people in need can find some comfort too. And again, thank you so much to everybody who is here from the Heart Chakra Mediums channel. It was a pleasure to do a collaboration with her, and I hope that we can both help one another's viewers to get even more messages than, you know, across from the other side. Thank you so much for being here. I am wishing you a blessed and very Merry Christmas, the happiest of New Years, filled with comfort, joy, and peace. Thank you so much.